Welcome, dear friend, to a quiet space of reflection and gentle wisdom. Find a comfortable seat, allow your shoulders to soften, and join me in a single, mindful breath. Inhale calm, and as you exhale, release the day's tensions. Today, we are not here to chase after fleeting trends or to fear the beautiful, natural process of aging. Instead, we are embarking on a journey inward, an exploration of how to listen more deeply to the evolving whispers of our bodies, especially as we move into the graceful season of life beyond 65. Our bodies are magnificent, ever-changing landscapes, and their needs for nourishment shift like the seasons. What once served us may now require a gentle reevaluation, and what we may have overlooked could now be the very key to unlocking profound vitality, clarity, and peace. Before we begin this gentle exploration together, I invite you to create a sense of shared space with our community. In the comments below, please share where in the world you are joining us from today. It is a beautiful reminder that we are all connected in this journey of wellness. Our conversation today will be one of balance. We will first explore 4 common nutrients that, while often seen as beneficial, can become problematic if not approached with mindful awareness after the age of 65. This is not a message of fear, but one of empowerment through understanding. Then we will turn our focus to the light, illuminating 4 foundational nutrients that can become your greatest allies, supporting your energy, your clarity, and your resilience. It is a dance between letting go of what no longer serves and embracing what truly nourishes. Let us begin this journey with open hearts and curious minds. How does the idea of viewing your body as an ever-changing landscape feel to you? Share a single word in the comments that comes to mind. We begin our journey not with harsh warnings, but with a gentle invitation to look closer. Let's start with a nutrient that is often celebrated for its contributions to vision and immunity, yet holds a hidden complexity for the maturing body. The 4th nutrient that requires our mindful attention is vitamin A, specifically in its preformed state known as retinol. We see it heralded on skincare products and in multivitamins, a supposed cornerstone of healthy aging. And in many ways, it is. Vitamin A is essential for the health of our eyes, the resilience of our immune system, and the integrity of our skin. However, the form and the quantity in which we consume it become critically important as our internal ecosystem evolves. The conversation around vitamin A often misses a crucial distinction. There are 2 primary forms. There is beta-carotene, the vibrant precursor found in foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach, which our bodies wisely convert into vitamin A only as needed. And then there is retinol, the active, preformed version found in animal products, fortified foods, and many supplements. It is this second form that asks for our gentle caution. Imagine your body is a wise chemist, and beta-carotene is a shelf of raw, stable ingredients. The chemist takes only what it needs to create a formula. Retinol, on the other hand, is like a pre-mixed, potent solution being delivered daily, whether it is needed or not. Have you ever considered the different forms of the vitamins you take? Let us know with the I det emoji if this distinction between beta-carotene and retinol is new and helpful for you. The key to understanding this lies in a concept called fat solubility. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, which are easily flushed from the body when in excess, fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A are stored. They take up residence in our liver and fatty tissues. In our younger years, our liver is a highly efficient processing plant, managing this storage and release with remarkable precision. But as we journey past 65, the metabolic rhythm of the liver naturally begins to slow. It becomes more like a serene, deep river than a rushing current. This means that a continuous, high intake of preformed retinol from supplements can begin to accumulate, slowly and silently exceeding the liver's gentle processing capacity. This gradual accumulation can eventually lead to a state of toxicity where the body is overburdened. The symptoms are often subtle and easily mistaken for the common aches and pains of aging. Persistent joint discomfort, a feeling of lightheadedness, unusually dry skin, or even subtle changes in our vision. We might dismiss these as inevitable signs of getting older, when in fact they could be the body's quiet plea for balance. It's a whisper that we might be providing too much of a good thing in a form that is no longer easy for our system to manage. It's a call to listen, not to worry. Does the idea of listening to your body's whispers resonate with your own wellness journey? Share a quiet thought below. The data supports this call for awareness. Research, including a review published in the European Journal of Nutrition, has highlighted a concerning link between high, long-term retinol supplementation in older adults and an increased risk of issues like atrial fibrillation and irregular heartbeat that can significantly elevate the risk of stroke. When daily supplemental intake consistently exceeds 2,000 to 3,000 micrograms of retinol, we move from nourishing our bodies to potentially challenging them. This is especially true if you are taking a general multivitamin, consuming fortified foods, and perhaps even taking a specific vitamin A supplement, unknowingly creating a cascade of excess. So, what is the gentle path forward? It is a return to nature's wisdom. The invitation is to shift your focus from supplemental retinol to food-based beta-carotene. Embrace a rainbow of vibrant vegetables and fruits. Think of deep orange sweet potatoes, bright carrots, and the rich green of kale and spinach. These foods offer their vitamin A potential in a form that honors your body's innate intelligence. Your body will only convert what it needs, ensuring there is no risk of toxic overload. It is a perfect self-regulating system. Take a moment to check your multivitamin. If it contains retinol palmitate or retinol acetate, be mindful of the dose. For women over 65, aiming for no more than 700 micrograms daily, and for men 900 micrograms, primarily from food, is a path of wisdom and safety. Let's fill the comments with vibrant color. What is your favorite beta-carotene-rich food? Share it with our community. Now, let us move to our third nutrient requiring reevaluation. This one is a mineral, often prescribed and taken as a precaution against fatigue, yet its accumulation over time can cast a long, inflammatory shadow over our vital organs. We are speaking of supplemental iron. Iron is undeniably essential to life. It is the core of hemoglobin, the magnificent molecule that carries life-giving oxygen in our blood. When we are deficient, we feel it as profound fatigue and weakness. Doctors often prescribe it for anemia, and it is a standard ingredient in many multivitamins, especially those marketed for energy. The narrative we are sold is that more iron equals more energy. But this story profoundly changes as we age. The crucial fact, often left unspoken, is that the body has a very limited capacity to excrete excess iron. Unlike other minerals, it doesn't just wash out. Throughout their menstruating years, women lose iron regularly. Younger men, often more physically active and with higher metabolic demands, utilize it differently. But for postmenopausal women and for men over 65, the body's need for external iron intake dramatically decreases. The exit doors for iron are mostly closed, yet supplements can keep it flowing in. Type balance in the comments below if this idea of the body's changing needs resonates with you in this moment. So, where does this unneeded iron go? It accumulates. It is stored primarily in our most vital organs, the liver, the heart, and the pancreas. Imagine your body is a library with a set number of shelves for iron. Once those shelves are full, the excess iron doesn't just disappear. It gets stacked in the aisles, on the floors, and in every available corner. This overflow is not benign. Excess iron is highly reactive and promotes a process called oxidative stress. This is, in essence, a form of internal rusting. It generates unstable molecules called free radicals that damage cell membranes, inflame tissues, and accelerate the aging process of our organs from the inside out.
This insidious process of oxidative stress has been linked to a host of chronic conditions that become more prevalent with age, including heart disease, certain cancers, and neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's. The challenge is that the symptoms of iron overload are deceptively vague. They can include fatigue, joint pain, heart palpitations, or memory difficulties, the very same symptoms that are often attributed simply to getting older. So, an individual might take an iron supplement to combat fatigue, unknowingly worsening the very problem they are trying to solve by fueling this internal inflammatory fire. Have you ever experienced a symptom you dismissed as just aging? Share a simple yes or no below to let us know we're not alone in this.
The beautiful truth is that very few older adults actually require iron supplementation. Unless you have been diagnosed with a clinical iron deficiency through blood tests or have experienced significant blood loss from surgery or a condition like a bleeding ulcer, your diet likely provides all the iron you need. Foods like lean meats, beans, lentils, spinach, and even fortified grains offer sufficient iron in a form that the body can better regulate. When you add a concentrated supplement on top of this, you disrupt the body's delicate equilibrium and risk long-term, silent damage. The empowered path forward begins with a conversation with your healthcare provider. If you are taking a multivitamin with iron or a standalone iron supplement without a diagnosed deficiency, it is time to question if it is truly serving you. Ask for a full iron panel, which includes tests for ferritin and transferrin saturation. These tests measure not just the iron in your blood, but your body's total iron stores. If your levels are high, the solution is gentle and straightforward. Discontinue the supplements and perhaps moderate your intake of red meat. When choosing a multivitamin, look specifically for an iron-free formula designed for seniors. Iron is a friend in youth, but in our later years, it can become a guest that overstays its welcome. My moment of peace today was... Take a moment to fill in the blank and share it with our community in the comments. Let us now turn our attention to our second nutrient of caution, a mineral that has been the poster child for bone health for decades. It is found in nearly every senior multivitamin and is recommended in countless health brochures. We are speaking of calcium, specifically when taken as a high-dose isolated supplement. For years, the message has been simple and powerful. Take calcium to prevent fractures and keep your bones strong. We have been taught to fear osteoporosis and to believe that loading up on calcium is our best defense. However, a more nuanced and vital understanding has emerged, one that most people over 65 are not aware of. The latest science reveals a profound paradox. Taking high-dose calcium supplements alone may not only fail to significantly strengthen bones, but could actively increase your risk for heart attacks, strokes, and the dangerous calcification of your arteries. This isn't meant to create fear, but to illuminate a more intelligent way to support our skeletal structure. The critical question is not just how much calcium you consume, but where that calcium ends up in your body. Let me know with a RA emoji if you are open to learning a new perspective on bone health today. When we are young, our bones are like sponges, eagerly soaking up calcium, guided by a symphony of growth hormones and nutrients. Our bone-building cells are highly active. But as we age, especially for postmenopausal women and older men, this system changes. Our ability to absorb and deposit calcium into our bones becomes less efficient. So, what happens when we continue to flood our system with 1,000 or 1,200 milligrams of supplemental calcium every day? The excess calcium doesn't just magically vanish, it has to go somewhere. And here is the crucial point. It often goes to the wrong places. Instead of being integrated into the bone matrix, the supplemental calcium can be deposited in your soft tissues. It can settle in your joints, contributing to stiffness and arthritis. More dangerously, it can be deposited along the walls of your arteries, causing them to harden and lose their flexibility. This process, known as arterial calcification, is a primary driver of high blood pressure and a major risk factor for cardiovascular events.
The very supplement you might be taking to prevent a hip fracture could be inadvertently contributing to the hardening of your most vital circulatory pathways. How does this concept of misdirected nutrients resonate with your understanding of health? Share a brief thought below. Furthermore, these high-dose calcium pills often come with a host of uncomfortable digestive side effects, such as constipation, bloating, and gas. They can also interfere with the absorption of other essential minerals, like the iron we just discussed, as well as zinc and magnesium. To compound the issue, many older adults take acid-blocking medications for reflux. These medications reduce stomach acid, which is absolutely essential for the proper absorption of calcium from supplements. So, you may be experiencing all the risks, the digestive discomfort, and the arterial strain, with little to none of the intended benefit for your bones. The enlightened approach to bone health is holistic and far more gentle.
It begins with shifting the primary source of calcium back to whole foods. Leafy greens like kale and collards, sardines with their edible bones, organic yogurt and kefir, almonds and sesame seeds all provide calcium in a form the body recognizes and can utilize more effectively. Food-based calcium is absorbed more slowly and comes packaged with other minerals that support its journey. Crucially, for calcium to be directed into the bones where it belongs, it requires two essential partners: vitamin D3, which acts as the gatekeeper, allowing calcium to be absorbed from the gut, and vitamin K2, which acts as the traffic cop, actively directing the calcium out of the arteries and into the bones. Without D3 and K2, supplemental calcium is like a lost tourist without a map or a guide. Let's create a resource together. What is your favorite food source of calcium? Share it with our community. Finally, we arrive at the number one nutrient that demands our most profound respect and caution. This one is perhaps the most surprising of all, as it is a water-soluble vitamin widely believed to be harmless even at high doses. It is often self-prescribed for energy, nerve support, or brain fog. We are speaking of high-dose vitamin B6. Many people hearing this will be taken aback. B vitamins are our friends, aren't they? They are the energy vitamins. And yes, vitamin B6 is essential for over 100 enzyme reactions in the body, involved in everything from metabolism to neurotransmitter production. The misunderstanding lies in the dosage. The conventional wisdom has been that because B6 is water-soluble, any excess is simply excreted through the urine, making it safe. However, vitamin B6 is unique among the B vitamins. When taken in consistently high supplemental doses, far beyond what one could ever obtain from food, it has the peculiar ability to bypass the body's excretion mechanisms and accumulate in our nerve tissues. Over time, it can become neurotoxic, meaning it can begin to actively damage the very nerves it is often taken to support. This information may be new to many. Share a light bulb emoji in the comments if you learned something surprising in this moment. This neurotoxicity manifests as a condition called peripheral neuropathy. The symptoms can be deeply unsettling: a burning or tingling sensation in the feet and hands, numbness, a loss of coordination, difficulty with balance, and muscle weakness. For an older adult experiencing these symptoms, the immediate conclusion, often shared by their doctors, might be diabetic neuropathy, spinal issues, or simply the effects of old age. The possibility that their high-dose B vitamin supplement is the actual culprit is rarely considered, allowing the damage to progress silently. The threshold for this toxicity is alarmingly lower than many believe. While the official upper tolerable limit is set at 100 milligrams per day, studies have shown that for some older adults, chronic daily doses as low as 50 milligrams can begin to cause nerve damage over time. Now consider this. Many B-complex, energy-boosting, or nerve support formulas on the market contain 100 milligrams, 250 milligrams, or even more in a single tablet.
If you are taking one of these, along with a multivitamin that also contains B6 and eating fortified foods, you could be unknowingly creating a state of toxic excess in your body day after day. Take a moment for a gentle body scan. How are your hands and feet feeling right now? Just bring a quiet awareness to them, without judgment. Type "aware" in the comments to join us in this practice. The risk is amplified in older adults for several reasons. Our metabolism slows, our liver clearance becomes less efficient, and we are more likely to have pre-existing conditions like diabetes or thyroid imbalances that already place stress on our neurological system. Once nerve damage from B6 toxicity begins, it can be a slow and difficult process to heal, and in some cases, the damage may be irreversible. This is why awareness is so profoundly important. So, what is the path of wisdom? First, know that it is nearly impossible to get toxic levels of B6 from food. The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, for adults over 50 is just 1.7 milligrams for men and 1.5 milligrams for women. You can easily meet this need by enjoying foods like chickpeas, tuna, turkey, salmon, bananas, and potatoes. Unless you have a rare clinically diagnosed B6 deficiency confirmed by blood work, there is absolutely no need for high-dose supplementation. Go to your medicine cabinet and look at your supplements. If any product contains more than 10 or 20 milligrams of vitamin B6, it is time to reconsider. More is not better. In the case of B6 after 60, more can be profoundly harmful.
Choose a multivitamin formulated for seniors with a B6 level that is close to the RDA. This simple act of awareness could protect the health of your nerves for years to come. My intention for my health today is blank. Fill in the blank with a single word and share your beautiful intention below. And now, having navigated the shadows with gentle awareness, let us turn our faces to the sun. Let us explore the 4 foundational nutrients that can become true pillars of strength, clarity, and vitality as we age. This is the joyful part of our journey, the part where we actively and lovingly nourish the beautiful bodies that have carried us so far. These are not about anti-aging. They are about aging with grace, wisdom, and profound well-being. The 4th foundational nutrient we will embrace is one of the most vital minerals for the human body, yet it is one of the most commonly deficient, especially in older adults. We are speaking of the mineral of serenity, magnesium. If your body's biochemistry were an orchestra, magnesium would be the conductor, involved in over 300 essential enzymatic reactions. It is the spark that allows our muscles to relax, our nerves to transmit signals calmly, our heart to beat in a steady rhythm, and our blood sugar to remain stable. It is, in every sense, a master mineral of balance and calm. By the time we reach 65, our body's reserves of magnesium are often significantly diminished. There are several reasons for this. Our digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing it from food. Our kidneys and their wisdom may excrete more of it. And many common medications, including diuretics for blood pressure and acid blockers for reflux, are notorious for depleting magnesium levels further. The result is a silent epidemic of insufficiency, leading to symptoms we so often mistake for aging itself. Persistent fatigue, disruptive muscle cramps, especially at night, feelings of anxiety or restlessness, difficulty falling or staying asleep, and even an erratic heartbeat. Let's affirm our desire for tranquility. Type calm in the comments to join a collective intention for more peace in our bodies and minds. When magnesium levels are restored, the transformation can feel nothing short of miraculous. Sleep deepens, muscle cramps vanish, a sense of calm returns, energy levels stabilize, and even cognitive function can feel sharper. This is because every cell in your body requires magnesium to create energy. It helps to regulate blood pressure by relaxing the walls of our blood vessels. It supports bone health by helping to activate vitamin D. And it plays a profound role in brain health, with low levels being linked to a higher risk of depression, anxiety, and even dementia. Restoring magnesium is like giving every system in your body a tool it has been desperately missing. However, not all magnesium supplements are created equal, and this is where many people go wrong. The most common and inexpensive form, magnesium oxide, is very poorly absorbed by the body and is most likely to cause digestive upset or a laxative effect. For older adults, choosing a more bioavailable form is key. Magnesium glycinate is an excellent choice, as it is bound to the calming amino acid glycine, making it wonderful for promoting relaxation and sleep without digestive issues. Magnesium malate can be more energizing and is helpful for muscle soreness. Magnesium citrate is well absorbed and can be gently helpful for constipation. The invitation is to choose a form that aligns with your body's specific needs. What is one thing you do to help yourself relax at the end of the day? Share your calming ritual with our community. A gentle starting dose of 250 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium per day, taken in the evening, is often a wonderful place to begin. Of course, you can also increase your intake through magnesium-rich foods. Dark leafy greens, avocados, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate are all beautiful sources. However, due to modern soil depletion, the magnesium content in our food is not what it once was, which is why a high-quality supplement is often a necessary act of self-care for those over 65. By replenishing this master mineral, you are not just treating symptoms, you are restoring a fundamental harmony to your entire being. Now we move to our third foundational pillar of health. This nutrient is technically a hormone, one that our body is designed to create from the simplest and most beautiful of sources, sunlight. Yet, as we age, our ability to produce it plummets. We are talking about the sunshine hormone, vitamin D3. It is the master regulator of our immune system, a crucial component for muscle strength, and a powerful influence on our mood and cognitive function. It communicates with over 1,000 different genes in the body, influencing a vast array of our biological processes. The primary reason for widespread deficiency in older adults is a simple change in our skin's chemistry. After age 65, the skin's ability to synthesize vitamin D from sun exposure can decrease by as much as 75%. This means that even if you spend the same amount of time outdoors as a younger person, your body will produce significantly less of this vital hormone. Add to this the reality that many of us spend more time indoors, live in northern latitudes with less intense sun, or diligently wear sunscreen, which is important for skin cancer prevention, and you have a perfect storm for insufficiency. Let's welcome more light into our lives. Share a plus emoji in the comments to symbolize vitality and well-being. The consequences of low vitamin D levels are profound and systemic. They include chronic fatigue, weakened bones leading to osteoporosis, decreased muscle strength which increases the risk of falls, and a compromised immune system that leaves us more vulnerable to infections. A significant 2020 analysis in the British Medical Journal found that older adults with vitamin D deficiency had a 30% higher risk of death from all causes and were 50% more likely to suffer from respiratory infections. This is because vitamin D3 is essential for training our immune cells to effectively identify and fight off invading pathogens, while also taming chronic inflammation, which is an underlying driver of nearly every age-related disease. Beyond the physical, the impact on our mental and emotional well-being is enormous. Our brains are rich in vitamin D receptors, particularly in areas associated with memory, mood, and cognitive function. Low levels have been strongly linked to depression, seasonal affective disorder, and an increased risk of dementia and cognitive decline in older adults. Ensuring adequate vitamin D levels is like ensuring the sun is shining on your brain, supporting clarity, mood stability, and mental resilience. It is a fundamental building block for a joyful and engaged mind. What is one small thing that brought you a moment of joy today? Let's fill the comments with simple, beautiful moments.
The challenge is that most multivitamins do not contain enough D3 to correct the deficiencies that are common in this age group. While standard recommendations are often around 600 to 800 IU per day, current research suggests that most adults over 65 need between 1,000 and 2,000 IU daily from a supplement to maintain optimal blood levels. For those who are already deficient, higher doses may be needed initially under a doctor's guidance. The most effective form to take is vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, not vitamin D2, as D3 is the form your body naturally produces from sunlight and is much more bioavailable. Because vitamin D is fat-soluble, it is best absorbed when taken with a meal that contains some healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or olive oil. The only true way to know your level is to ask your doctor for a simple blood test, a 25-hydroxyvitamin test. This empowers you to supplement intelligently, ensuring you are getting exactly what your unique body needs. Reclaiming healthy vitamin D levels is one of the most powerful and simple steps you can take to support your overall health from your bones to your brain. If you found this information helpful so far, please take a moment to gently press the like button. It helps our message of calm wellness reach others who may need it. Let us now introduce our second foundational nutrient. This is a vitamin whose deficiency can silently creep in, masquerading as simple memory loss or frailty, when it is, in fact, a correctable condition that can dramatically impact one's quality of life. It is the spark of vitality for our nerves and blood cells. We are speaking of vitamin B12. If you are over 65, there is a significant chance that your B12 levels are suboptimal, even if you eat a healthy diet. The symptoms begin subtly: a bit of fatigue you can't quite shake, moments of brain fog or word-finding difficulty, or a faint tingling in your hands or feet. Over time, however, a true B12 deficiency can become devastating. It can cause severe neurological symptoms that tragically mimic dementia, including confusion, memory loss, and personality changes. It can impair balance and weaken the legs, leading to an unsteady gait and an increased risk of falling. It is often overlooked by doctors until irreversible nerve damage has occurred.
But the hopeful truth is that if caught early, replenishing B12 can reverse these symptoms and restore vitality to the brain and body. My intention for Clear Energy today is: share your one-word intention in the comments below. The entire issue with vitamin B12 in older adults boils down to one word: absorption. In its natural form in food, like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy, B12 is tightly bound to proteins. To release and absorb it, our stomachs must produce a strong amount of hydrochloric acid and a special substance called intrinsic factor. As we age, the production of both stomach acid and intrinsic factor naturally declines. This condition, known as atrophic gastritis, is incredibly common in older adults. Furthermore, very common medications such as metformin for diabetes and acid-blocking drugs for heartburn dramatically interfere with B12 absorption. The result is that even if you are consuming plenty of B12-rich foods, your body may simply be unable to access and use it. This is why a deficiency can develop so silently, even in those who are not vegetarian or vegan. It is not a matter of intake, but of uptake. A B12 deficiency doesn't just affect memory. It is essential for the production of red blood cells, and a lack of it can lead to a type of anemia that causes profound fatigue and weakness. It is also critical for maintaining the protective myelin sheath that surrounds our nerves. Without enough B12, this sheath can degrade, leading to the neuropathy, balance problems, and weakness we discussed. Have you ever considered the impact of medications on your nutrient levels? A simple yes or no helps our community learn together. So, how do we lovingly address this challenge? The solution is to bypass the compromised digestive system. Supplemental B12, unlike food-based B12, is in a free form, not bound to protein, making it much easier to absorb.
The most effective forms are sublingual tablets, lozenges, or liquids that dissolve under the tongue or in the cheek, allowing the B12 to be absorbed directly into the bloodstream. The two best forms are methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin. For most older adults, a daily dose of 500 to 1,000 micrograms is recommended. Because B12 is water-soluble, it is very safe and the body will simply excrete any excess. If you are over 65 and have not had your B12 level checked recently, please ask your doctor for this simple blood test. It may be the single most important number in your lab results. Correcting a B12 deficiency can feel like turning back the clock by a decade, restoring clarity to your mind, steadiness to your steps, and a vibrant energy to your entire being. It is a fundamental act of neurological self-care. If this information has been valuable, consider subscribing to our channel, Zen Health Vibes, for more gentle guidance on your wellness journey. And now, we have arrived at our #1 most crucial nutrient for vibrant aging. While not technically a vitamin in the traditional sense, these essential fats are arguably as important as any other nutrient on our list. They are foundational to the health of our heart, our brain, our joints, and our very lifespan. A major European study linked higher levels of this nutrient to an astounding 36% reduction in the risk of death from all causes. We are speaking of the elixir of cellular harmony, omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. More research has been conducted on the benefits of these essential fats than nearly any other supplement, and the conclusions are overwhelmingly positive. Omega-3s are called essential because our bodies cannot produce them. We must obtain them from our diet. They are integral components of every cell membrane in our body, keeping our cells flexible, fluid, and able to communicate effectively. Think of them as the oil that keeps the entire machinery of your body running smoothly, quietly, and efficiently. To embrace this concept of inner harmony, type the word flow in the comments below. Let's delve into that remarkable science. The study, published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2021, followed over 42,000 people over the age of 60. Those with the highest blood levels of omega-3s did not just have better heart health. They had a 36% lower risk of dying from any cause during the study period. They simply lived longer, healthier lives. Another landmark study found that older adults taking omega-3 supplements had a 45% lower risk of dying from a heart attack. These are not small numbers. They are life-altering statistics that point to the profound protective power of these fats. The two most important omega-3s are EPA, eicosapentaenic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenic acid.
It helps to think of them as a dynamic duo with slightly different specialities. EPA is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent, acting like a natural firefighter to cool down the chronic inflammation that underlies heart disease, arthritis, and other age-related conditions. DHA, on the other hand, is a primary structural component of our brain and the retina of our eye. It is literally the building block of our cognitive function and our vision. As we age, ensuring a rich supply of DHA is crucial for maintaining memory, focus, and sharp eyesight. What is a simple, nourishing meal you enjoy that supports your well-being? Share an idea to inspire our community. The heartbreaking reality is that, despite this overwhelming evidence, it is estimated that over 2/3 of Americans over the age of 60 are deficient in omega-3s. Our modern diet is often heavy in inflammatory omega-6 fats from vegetable oils and processed foods and very low in omega-3s. The most potent dietary sources are cold water fatty fish like wild-caught salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. While eating these fish 2 to 3 times a week is wonderful, it is often not enough to achieve the therapeutic levels needed to protect an aging body and brain. This is where a high-quality fish oil or algae oil supplement becomes an invaluable ally. When choosing a supplement, look for one that provides a combined total of at least 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA per day. If you are dealing with significant inflammation or heart concerns, your doctor may recommend doses of 2,000 or more. It is essential to choose a reputable brand that is third-party tested for purity to ensure it is free from heavy metals like mercury. Look for oil in the triglyceride form, which is more stable and better absorbed than the cheaper ethyl ester form. For our vegan friends, algae-based supplements are a fantastic source, as algae is where the fish get their omega-3s in the first place. Taking your supplement with a meal can enhance absorption and prevent any fishy aftertaste. Share a blue emoji in the comments to send a wave of love and support to everyone in our Zen Health Vibes community. So, the truth about vitamins and nutrients after 65 has been revealed, not as a list of rigid rules, but as a gentle, loving invitation. It is an invitation to listen more closely, to understand more deeply, and to nourish more wisely. It is not about adding more pills to your regimen, but about being more intelligent and more intentional. It is about clearing out the supplements that may no longer serve your evolving body and making space for the foundational nutrients that can help you feel strong, think clearly, and live with vibrant, joyful energy. It is about honoring the magnificent body you inhabit, giving its cells the precise support they need to keep you healthy, active, and fully brilliantly you. This journey is about finding harmony. It is the wisdom to know what to release and the grace to know what to embrace. It is the understanding that true wellness is not about fighting aging, but about aligning with it, supporting our bodies with compassion and intelligence every step of the way. If you found a moment of peace or clarity in our time together today, please show your support by gently pressing the like button and consider subscribing to Zen Health Vibes for more conversations like this one. We are deeply grateful to walk this path of wellness with you. And now for a final moment of reflection in the comments below. We have talked about specific nutrients, but true health is a holistic tapestry. Beyond any supplement or food, what is one small loving promise you can make to your body today? It could be a promise to take a gentle walk, to drink more water, to rest when you are tired, or simply to speak to yourself with more kindness. Share this beautiful intention with our community. Your words may be the gentle inspiration someone else needs to hear. Thank you for being here. Be well.